Patriots. I had to think about teams real quick there and my brain fried. Hello and welcome to this week's mailbag. I'm Doug Kide. If you have a question for me, tweet it to me at Doug Kide using the hashtag MailDoug, and I will try to answer it. First question here comes from Brian. Bri the Sly Guy, who asks, it's the AFC Championship, Ravens hosting the Patriots, who wins? It's a very good question, Brian, and since the Ravens just beat the Patriots in Baltimore, I would have to lean towards the Ravens, and that's why getting home field advantage, getting that number 1 seed is extremely important for the Patriots as they head into the toughest part of their schedule now. They have to come out of this season with more wins than the Ravens. That sounds extremely obvious and sort of John Madden-esque, but now the fact that the Ravens have that win over the Patriots gives them the tiebreaker. So Patriots obviously have to treat the regular season very seriously because they do not want to have to go back into Baltimore when the playoffs are on. Second question here comes from Frank, who asks, which of the next 4 games, Philly, Dallas, Houston, KC, will be the most challenging for the Patriots? I'm thinking they lose to Houston, win the rest. I would have to agree with you actually that Houston is the toughest game left on the Patriots schedule, especially since that is on the road. I think that this week's game against the Eagles also will be pretty difficult for the Patriots since it is on the road as well. I do think the Patriots come out of those games against the Cowboys and the Chiefs with wins, but before the Patriots lost to the Ravens, I kind of identified those 2 games against Philly and against Houston as games that the Patriots could potentially lose, especially since they're facing more experienced quarterbacks in those games against Deshaun Watson and against Carson Wentz. I had to think about teams real quick there in my brain fried. Third and final question here comes from Richard House, who asks, Nikhil Harry is going to be inactive this weekend, right? I don't think so, Richard. I think that this is finally the week that Nikhil Harry makes his debut, but I've been wrong in the past about that. I was wrong in week 9 about that, but Patriots didn't activate Nikhil Harry in week 9. They had 2 weeks off now before this game, and they are facing an easier defense against the Philadelphia Eagles. So I would predict that Nikhil Harry will be the Patriots' 4th wide receiver in this game, and that Jacoby Myers will be inactive. I think that they'll probably ease Nikhil Harry into this game, but I did think it was interesting that on the radio on Wednesday, Tom Brady was praising Nikhil Harry, and that's something that he hadn't done before. So maybe that's a good sign for Nikhil Harry that Tom Brady is finally starting to heap some praise on the rookie's plate.